Welcome everyone. We've got a round one matchup here. It's going to be an exciting one. We've got Kamikaze Mario and some board choices making their third entrance into the tournament together, taking on Zexxus and Sardonic. Oh my goodness, I got to turn this down. That's why I'm going deaf. Okay. Taking on Sardonic, Jester, and Zexxus, who I have pegged to be the nastiest team in the tournament right now. So this is going to be a real telling one. Choices and Mario come in, one of the few teams that have existing synergy here, and a lot of it, a very high level out of both players as well, with several top 5 finishes in previous tournaments. And now we're going to be seeing them take on who I think are my favorites. So this is really going to be interesting to see because it'll give us a good look at who's at the top of the table. Sardonic takes away the Armoros with the Turbulence. Zexxus has done a lot of damage early with the Slide Laser and a Blaster. Does Dark Hole the Reincarnation, doesn't quite get it. Good block by Sardonic there. Catches both Reincarnations. Another Armoros. Another Hyper Kick. Some diabolical tricks punishing some of the passive play here. Choices does manage to get away from that, and a nice double reincarnation there out of Mario catches Zexxus. I want to check and make sure. Last time, I do apologize. I really just want to make sure that the audio is working. My last video, the audio didn't pick up, so this might be a little weird for a second. Welcome everyone. Alright, so there we go. Audio is playing. I didn't have time to check it beforehand. I wasn't sure when they were starting. People haven't been giving me heads up so I can do these things whenever they're getting ready to do them live. This is live, by the way. This has not happened yet. This is not an overdone deal. Neither of these teams have the record finished. So this is all right here, live, watching this. There might be a few of you that watched it live. Choice is continuing to try and catch some more of those abilities there. Mario takes some damage there. Choice is getting pretty low. He's got to be careful. Lots of diabolical trick. Choice has had it earlier. Sardonic uses it against Choices now. Zexxus takes a big reincarnation there. This is getting real bad here for Jester and Zexxus. Jester's got no attacks right now. He's literally got no offense that he can work on. Does lose the reincarnation, but he breaks the flash hole. Picks up the Fire Gehenna. He's getting a little low, so that could be risky. Sardonic, honestly, a good choice there. Just lets him take it. A Ray Shell lost by Zexxus. Wall of Fire now lost by Sardonic. That Tiger Strength Fire Gehenna is going to be able to bust through so many shields. Sardonic's in a tough spot versus that. Flash Hole does take it. He's still got the Dark Hole. And he got the reincarnation from Choices. Solid defensive play out of Jester there. Very impressed so far. This is really coming down to the wire here on Palace. Diabolical Trick onto Zexxus, who has one attack right now. Jester's got himself the Dark Hole. That is going to end up being a death sentence for Choices. Oh my goodness. He makes it. He makes the pickup. A kick to the face puts him down. Loses the attack there. Where did the hyper kick go? I didn't see. Did he accidentally overwrite it? Jester makes the pickup. He's not going to be able to jump that one. He goes down to it. Zexxus will make this pickup. Choices is out of offensive options. There's another erase shell from Zexxus. Takes the Willow. These guys are coming down to the wire. Skill for skill. Choice is back down to 2. Taking a lot of damage. He has nothing that he can do about that. Another good hit onto Zexxus. Doesn't make the pickup though. Looks like he's playing it extra safe. I think he wants to kill Sardonic before he even makes the go for it. This could be the smart call. I would maybe check what your other shield is, in case you have a nice little ace in the hole. If it's a flash hole, that could be very useful. Or an iron skin. Again, you could catch that pesky laser blade that Zexxus has had. Man, what a game one. Back and forth. All on the line here with a tense pickup that he needs to make. Oh, Zexxus makes the hero play. He goes down, but he wins the match. Sardonic and Zexxus win game one. What a fantastic game one. So Choices and Mario have their choice of stage now. They're going to take Refinery versus Zexxus. I have to see what these guys decide to bring here. Honestly, Mario looked like he was a little caught in the headlights there at the end after a tight game. So many skills erased. Good blocks, good defensive play out of both teams, really whittling each other down. Catching reincarnations as well, managing to erase the reincarnations. I think that all the reincarnations were off the board by that end, other than the last one that was picked up by Mario. Very tight play there. And Zexxus managing to make the full run up the stairs. Mario giving up his position. And let him get up there and catch that sword hit. And they traded. Fantastic hero play out of Zexxus there. Looks like we're waiting to find out what Jester and Zexxus are going to bring. Choices of Mario seem confident. They're sticking with that key faith again. They got really into that rut there in the last tournament, running that over and over. I mean, it worked for them, but they ran it constantly in the last tournament. It looks like they are still confident in that style. I didn't actually catch exactly what the second school was there for Choices. I only noticed the faith. I don't know if that was single school faith or if he also had the Tiger Strength faith deck there, but I mostly noticed the reincarnation, diabolical trick, and lots of erase shields is what I noticed in there. So it could be just double key faith again, which is a solid combo if you're comfortable with it. Seem to still be waiting. Not exactly sure what they've got going on there. And those Arsenal names are a true inspiration right there. Did he change? Is that the same one? I can't even tell. It's another key faith. Bet you he wish he had that iron skin before. That could have been what was on deck. We never saw him draw an iron skin in the last game. If he had picked up that iron skin and just caught the laser blade from Zexxus, that could have been a totally different game. Strong start. Able to erase any move coming at him. Zexxus is going to actually take a tumble off the map, trying to use Bullet of Fire. Welcome to Refinery. A little bit of debris damage. This is right where Choices and Mario want to be, though. They love this map. They love the key faith here. Getting these spawns, these are like the spawns they always seem to like when they're on here too. Getting pressure onto Sardonic. Flame Sword's gone. Ooh, that was close. Zexxus is still trying to get off some of those fireballs there. Lightning Sword now out of Zexxus, who's taking a lot of punishment. He came down here looking for a fight, and it is not going well for him so far. Mario does need to beware of that remaining Lightning Sword. Sardonic wasting his shield late there. This is looking like it's going to be a W here for Mario and Choices. They have got the momentum. They seem to have them rattled here in the early game. Has the Armoros, but he doesn't want to use it just yet. Looks like he values his shields and doesn't want to give up the Fire Gehenna or the Hyper Kick yet either. It could be a big difference there, but, you know, sometimes you have to think about what's in your hand and whether or not it's worth overriding it yet. Some lasers out of Sardonic. Oh, that's going to hurt. Choices managed to fake out the shield for Sardonic. Very nice block. Oh, Zexxus hits his own partner as well. They are down to 1 health apiece with Sardonic frozen. They might be looking for the execute, but that is dangerous if they do. Mario with the flank, too, is not going to allow them to get further away. Recall for Jester. Manages the hit there, but what? Did Choices hit his own partner? Maybe that was technically a manual? That hyper kick could have been perfect right there. Misses the block on that one. Things are turning around. Ice Sword causing them problems. Mario goes down. Double Ice Sword on the pickup now. Choices has got to be careful. Ice Sword must be very high cost at this point for Zexxus. This Armoros is going to be devastating. Nice Fire Gehenna. Sardonic caught sleeping. They're going to save it for the stagger. Sardonic jumps it. Might be time. No, he gives up the hyper kick. I would have almost gotten rid of the Fire Gehenna before anything else. I guess it is worth it to try and snap through those fortresses. He is being very judicious about it. He's waiting until he has the fully wide open hit to do it. There's an Armoros watch. That at least puts Jester back to +2. He does execute his partner. You gotta be careful. That Vibration Blaster is going to hit like a truck. Oh, he gets the fortress. That's big shield down for Zexxus. Looks like Choices wanted to go back, look for some extra answers. Does drop the Fire Gehenna now that he's snapped the fortress. Sardonic still has one. Dark Hole would be good for that Vibration Blaster. He does break that. Oh, he loses the Dark Hole to the Diabolical Trick of Zexxus. Possibly another Armoros there lost. Mario getting in there, trying to block his capsules now. Loses the guard. That could be big. He's in a big firing range. Oh my goodness, he's going to eat so much damage. The Diabolical Trick putting so much pressure down there. causes a misstep out of Mario and Choices. Gets them desperate. Ice Sword may cost him an arm and a leg to use at this point, but he does catch him with it. Choices really just has to avoid the Vibration Blaster. One damage Ice Sword, while annoying, is not going to prevent it. Ooh, a good dodge there. He hits both his targets, too. He had an opening right there to go get it after Zexxus wasted his last Ice Sword use. A good move here could be the cartwheel off. Try and get a reincarnation onto Jester over his head. And then avoid the Ice Sword of Zexxus. But he gets caught by Sardonic's own Ice Sword. Another 1 damage Ice Sword. I'm not sure how many more uses of that Zexxus honestly has left. Anything Jester has, if he hits... Oh, he does get him. Zexxus has a tough pickup now. Oh, he overrode his Tiger Strength. Mario letting the nerves get to him. A nice hit by Choices. They've got the block. Zexxus has to go now. He doesn't. He doesn't. Choices and Mario pull off a stellar game too, and yet a second nail biter. Zexxus didn't manage to cartwheel those last 2 reincarnations. Was worried about what Choices had there because he had him shieldless versus that Tiger Strength Will-O-The-Wisp would have made that pickup super difficult. But once he got flanked from behind and didn't go immediately, that was definitely what forced that last reincarnation there. He was in such big trouble. Even had he dropped down, he has to try and cartwheel the Willow and make the pickup there. Anything hits him at that point, he's dead. So he has to try and catch a Willow coming from a downward angle and cartwheel it. It would have at least separated him from Mario, but man, they had him set up in the kill box there at the end. Mario, despite a couple of mistakes here and there, they're able to put the last nail in the coffin. Choices showing some good patient play there too. Gets in, misses the pickup, willing to wait and come back multiple times. Finally does make it with a good combo, staggering his attacks onto Sardonic. Ties us up 1-1. Mario still debating the Key Faith. I didn't see what the new map was. Wonder at this point if there's any map they're not willing to just run double Key Faith on. Key, Kai, I don't know. We never did establish how that's supposed to be called. Ought to just call that school Tiger Strength at this point, honestly. That's how half my Arsenal names end up being whenever that has that school in it is basically I'll just put TS lasers for, you know, Tiger Strength lasers, because that's really all it's there for, is the Tiger Strength. There's a few other good skills in there worth mentioning. Hyper Kick, Dash. But for the most part, that's what everybody runs it for, is that Tiger Strength. That's the main reason you run it with Faith. Tiger Strength Reincarnation basically busts up any shield in the game you need to get it to, and any shield that can't get through, you can most likely break with the Fire Gehenna. L2. Still running the Faith, but this time with Psycho. Looks like we are on lane this time, hence the Psycho. Definitely going to be featuring some rock shots. We have seen that out of Mario and Choices here before. They do favor the rock shot. They favor the parabolas. They like to run the double parabola here. And they play that game well. We've seen them do that effectively. It's an interesting choice out of Zexxus and Jester to see them starting here. These guys take forever in lobby. This would be so much easier if I didn't have so much filler time. Come on, guys. Let's go. As if they can hear me. All right, looks like we should be getting underway now. Everybody's got their ready status. Double acquisition start for Mario could be fortuitous or disastrous depending on if you get an early Armoros. Seems every time lately I start with both of my status effects like that, it immediately gets Armoros or Purified. Can be a real bummer. Jester hopping around the map a little bit, looking to throw some damage towards Mario, or excuse me, towards Choices. He's holding himself an Armoros in hand, ready for it. And that negative acquisition, whew, that was not going anywhere. Back to +4 though. Has another Armoros on bench if he needs it. Gonna be looking to break some more shields. A nice lack. Connects. I believe that hit Choices. I think Zexxus had it. Choices does land another 5 damage reincarnation onto Sardonic while Jester is minus a partner. Got an environmental out of Zexxus, actually. It's just a Lunar Force. I got all excited for nothing. Psycho Blade. We are back to the tutorial days, my fine gentlemen. Running Psycho Blade. All he needs now is the bullet of fire to go with it. Nice hit. Somebody popped something somewhere. I'm going to guess it was Choices. Absorb energy. Putting in some work there. He can snap both those shields with Fire Gehenna. That would have been a good time to hit it too. Choices getting free reign with the Diabolical Trick right now. Nice hit onto Zexxus. They have the lift control. Jester is down. Ooh, they did not wait very good on that one. Jester is back up. Zexxus makes the pickup. Ooh, an accidental sword cancel. He didn't want to do that one. Jester misses the guard block there. Does catch that one. Zexxus gets a rein. Mario takes 2. Jester's back down. Zexxus has to be careful dropping down. Ooh. Manages to fancy feet his way across. But it goes to some poor Choices, taking him down with a reincarnation. Choices and Mario had control of that match the whole way through. Clearly, despite them having map pick, lane is still a map on which Choices and Mario are more dominant. We are now up to a 2-1 lead for Mario and Choices. Map pick is again to Zexxus and Jester. And I might just be proven wrong on tournament favorites here. at least in round one. Jester and Zexxus having a strong game one and game two, but right now did not look nearly as good on lane. Mario and Choices definitely dominant in game three. Looks like the choice is Highway. And I would have to say this is a good pick. I've liked Zexxus on Highway in the past. He's been a strong player here. Not as big of a fan of what Choices and Mario have brought here in the past. They always seem a little lost. They tend to run jank sometimes, just because it seems like they never have the full footing here. So this might be a good map to bring them to, because they've looked for alternative strategies here in the past. They seem to be debating it now. Looks like they are hovering the Tiger Strength lasers. We won't even call that school what it is. It's Tiger Strength. That's its name now. I mean, that's basically, if you just saw it, I'm pretty sure it was just Tiger Strength and Optic. I'd have to go back and check. I'm not even sure I saw Hyper Kick in there, or Dash. We'll have to see here as we get underway. That is the choice. Tiger Strength lasers for Mario. Definitely featuring an Aura Cannon as well. Jester looks like he might be cooking up something dirty there. Choices uses a boost mine in his own base. Zexxus out in the open. Lots of fun colors in Jester's hand. I'm wondering what he has packed. Choice is trying to put some laser pressure down. Jester, that might be like a levitating hand that he's trying to place his environmental. Oh, he Mephisto'd for something. He overwrote the Enviro too. Or maybe it wasn't maybe it was a level amp that he had? Taking a lot of damage now from that laser. Tiger Strength Vibration Blaster, here we go. I take it back. There is an Iron Skin in here. There is something other than Tiger Strength from the school of Tiger Strength. Quantum Decay, but he loses the Photon Barrier. Choice is honestly not super hampered right now. Looks like he's going to deliver the boost mine to his partner. Jester still trying to stay away from these lasers. It's interesting, he chose to actually overwrite the Vibration Blaster. I know that it's, you know, kind of the quick move there to want to do that. Jester clearly wants to get somewhere to place this environmental, and Zexxus is here to escort him. Oh, there was a level Berserk that he used onto Jester. I mean, that's up there, but that is definitely reachable by wheelers and jumpers alike. That's Forest Sanctuary. Taking a page out of my book. Also, doesn't really seem to do much so far. Our backflow is not usable. So that's for certain. Choices with the textbook pickup there. They're going to time their boost mine. Back up to a respectable level of aura. There's still more quantum decays coming out, I'm certain. We'll have to see what Zexxus and Jester have cooked up here. It's been interesting so far. Level erase, 2 Enviros, at least one was Forest Sanctuary. Unsure if there's a third. Vacuum Wall, not well timed. And there was a Hyper Kick, and it's putting in work. That's 8 damage he's done with it. Once again, missing the Vacuum Wall. Throwing out that Hyper Kick. Trying to fake out the Vacuum Wall now. Trying to fake out that Flash Hole now, too. Restrain. Finally loses the hyper kick. Mario kind of having a difficult game on the draw here. He's only drawn 2 attacks down to 12 capsules, and he's got 2 shields in base with 2 in hand. Learning that reincarnation could be a big deal, though. A nice aura backflow. Finally connects onto Zexxus. Can they weather the storm is the big deal here. I do believe that shield wasn't broken and the aura backflow was lost by choices. There goes the diabolical trick. Another hyper kick. I think this time Sardonic Jester is out of his skill here. No more vacuum wall. The hyper kick is there and dangerous. Trying to get those level boosts running so that way he can spam out the restrain. You gotta be careful though, that hyper kick's putting in work. Ooh, Zexxus misses the flash hole. Will make the pickup. Zexxus plays this careful, not careful enough. It did give Jester some time to figure out what he wants to do, but he is right next to Mario, who is there and has that hyper kick ready to go. 8 damage, and that's going to be a 3-1 victory for choices in Mario in round 1 over Sardonic Jester and Zexxus. What a fantastic series out of both, and the switch hit coming out of Zexxus and Jester actually in the last game showed some signs of life, but just not enough to accomplish what they needed to there, unfortunately. We'll be looking forward to seeing more out of both teams coming up in the tournament, but choices in Mario saying that they should have been the favorites all along, and that existing synergy is something to be feared.